I think now we might be live, guys. I don't know if anybody can confirm. We have just someone with negative IQ commenting. Guys, come back on YouTube. Let me see. Let's see if we are actually back.
For me,
Not
it's
live.
waiting.
Still waiting?
Not yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting.
All right. Then let's
Oh,
wait
then
a little
ahead.
bit. Riscott is saying we are
We're
live,
live
guys. Awesome.
We're live. We're live.
Perfect, and welcome to YouTube as well. Sorry about the 1 second stream earlier. that was a double click that went absolutely wrong, and apparently it's not possible on YouTube to restart a live stream after it's finished. So that's why we have a second new live stream now, and yeah, we are here live already on my Discord server with a lot of people here. We have Anime Mommies, Archie, Clover, Destroyer, Excel, Jared, Maxi, Remy Boro, Riscott, Sergio, and myself. And of course, yeah, hope we also have some of you joining on YouTube now. We already revealed earlier Honochi as the number 42 and another burn unit at number 28, Commander Astrid. We have some new burn unit last month with Lü Bu. Let's see how that changed things. For Commander Astrid and for Onochi, at least, it didn't help them, at least in terms of true power yet. But let's see what happened with the rest of burn, if they can make a rise. We have a relatively high IPO for Lü Bu, so people are thinking she will come in at 4.875 million true power, which would be quite high for a burn unit. And then, of course, we have Musashi IPO at 7 million, so people are expecting a lot from her this time. I don't know, guys, that we have in the chat. Do you think we will see Musashi in the top 10? And yeah, and what about Lü Bu? Do you think she can make it? What are your opinions? And we have Monkey Luffy joining on YouTube as well. Welcome. Ooh, Destroyer asking the real questions. Will someone crack 10 million true power again? Let's see. Excel saying Musashi definitely top 10. Lü Bu not really.
No, Lü Bu not, but Musashi definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Musashi is really easy to use in a lot of teams, I think. And
Even burn.
exactly, yeah, right. I mean, the only thing is, I mean, she has one stun word, and afterwards it gets a bit problematic with the self-stunning. But yeah, exactly, for the start off, it might just be enough anyways.
We can get rid of Light Anya. That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
she has to do.
Right. I mean, you know, yeah, exactly. True. The pushback, you mean, right?
Yeah.
And then you can stun the enemy team. Yeah, actually, really good point. That's a very nice combo right there. Yeah, Riscott had the IPO offer at 69 for 20 and was quite close to getting a share here of Musashi, but just slightly too lowballed. But yeah, very interesting IPO because it was very tight in terms of the range that people gave an offer. So I think it was the tightest IPO, so all people are pretty convinced of where she will land. But yeah, okay, then I guess Musashi, people are relatively convinced that we will see her. That means one other units from the previous top 10 will have to drop. Let's see who that will be, but we can go right ahead and think about the number 10 first. Last time that was, who was it? I think Dark Sun Wukong. What about this time, guys? Who will be number 10? Can we see the last month's tops? Let me quickly try to put that. Last month's tops. Perfect. Thank you, Clover. There we have it. Already. So quick review for the people on YouTube as well. We had the top 10 as Water Anya, Dark Cinderella, Percival, Cleopatra, Light Anya, Yukata Ludmilla, Rapunzel, Kaguya, Odin, and Dark Sun Wukong. Water Sleeping Beauty pretty close to the top 10 here at the number 11 spot, and then we had Bright Lancelot. Not yet here reflected, of course, Musashi and Lü Bu, who were not released at that point. Okay, so who could it be then? Let me see. Do we already have some guesses, guys? Who could be number 10? Of course, always one of the hardest to guess.
I guess Sleeping Beauty plus
Well,
one.
I get. Yes, that was gonna be my guess too.
Oh yeah, okay. So Water Sleeping
Water
Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty.
Fair. I mean, Musashi definitely also something that could combo with Water Sleeping Beauty, I think. Given that the Glacial Slash doesn't wake up sleeping targets. Alright, so we have two guesses for Water Sleeping Beauty. Clover is saying Odin. Rizgod is saying Bright Lancelot. Okay, some disagreements on Odin. Promote him. Kaguya, yes, okay. Oh, we have Edsonix in the chat right now as well, guys. So welcome, Edsonix. Recently cracked the 3K subscriber mark as probably, I think, the first English-speaking YouTube, Evertale YouTube channel. So congrats to him for that achievement. Destroyer saying, okay, top 10 blends. Let's see. Destroyer saying, I see a lot of peeps using entry blends now. Would that affect true stats? Yes, if that is really a common trend among the regions and server clusters, then yes, Bright Lancelot would increase if more people are using her as a top guard. What are you saying, Archie?
Maybe not. I could see a guard increasing, but not because they're good, but so that they tank that pushback from Musashi, and then their actual guard comes in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Bright Lancelot definitely a good option now with Musashi around, because that definitely pushed her value. Let's see if that is also reflected in the true power stats. Search is suggesting the collab. Well, this is kind of already the collab. As soon as Edsonix is texting in the chat again, at least. We have a guess on YouTube, just someone with negative IQ saying Bright Ludmilla. Well, I feel like her best days are behind her, even though, well, yeah, I think Musashi, I mean, can't ignore her armor at first, but still, yeah, Musashi, Bright Ludmilla not that relevant anymore, I fear. Not sure if she can return to the top 10 ever. There has to be some significant meta changes for that to happen. Axel also believing plans will be top 10, but at best 10th position. So, okay, so you're saying your guess is number 10, Bright Lancelot, then, I suppose. All right, we have some nice guesses already. And I think we have correct guesses already. I think let's go right ahead before we hold up too long with the number 10, because I think it will get increasingly interesting the further we go along towards the number 1 spot. And so let me reveal to you the number 10, which one or some of you have correctly guessed. It is a unit that is of the storm element, and that is rather interesting, I suppose. I mean, it is a unit that still lost true power and lost rank, so that is Odin right here in the number 10 spot. Who would have known? So it's still losing true power here, 12.4% down, but holding on to the top 10 spot. I mean, we don't have to talk much about Odin, but I think her value in Platoon 2 or 3 is still absolutely there, and we are getting more and more units that are somewhat vulnerable to stun. So even just getting the Supreme Stun off once or twice in the battle, or her pseudo guards acting as something is still very nice. Of course, Musashi can mass kill her her crows, but nevertheless, Odin still a lot of value. I mean, I wouldn't pick her up anymore now necessarily as a free-to-play player, but in hindsight, I would definitely have liked to get her when she was first released in November, I think that was last year. All right, let's see. Yeah, so 12.4% drop. So even with the short fee, this is definitely a win for everybody who had short sold Odin. Shadow's saying I have quite a bit of influence on the ranking. Well, yes, but also I wouldn't overstate it now that we are looking at 1,000 teams from around the world. Shadow's contributing 3 of them is significant, but not moving the needle that much, I would say. Let's see. We are moving on to the number 9 spot, guys. Who could be number 9? Destroyer saying Kaguya. Clover refreshing everybody's memory on the rankings. Yep, number 10 now replaced Odin, previously Dark Sun Wukong. Let's see if she will still hold on to that top 10 spot or if she was pushed out. Axel going with Kaguya as well. Clover going with a Kaguya. Archie, Axel, Jared, what are your thoughts for number 9?
I would also go with Kaguya, new fire giant oil. She just dies
Yeah,
way faster now.
That's fair. I think both. Yeah, I mean Musashi maybe not necessarily, but even I can see some world where Musashi takes out Kaguya relatively quickly.
Yeah,
if she is not
one
slapped.
hit, the whole ground, and then the one shot. So
yeah, then the absolute zero, and she's gone. Yeah,
she has no healing.
Yeah, only if she's sleeping. And I mean, we have Musashi with possibly multiple sleep wards, so there is that. Sergio going with Rapunzel. Destroyer needs to find a new waifu after Kaguya might drop. We have Dacia on YouTube also saying Kaguya, just someone with negative IQ, going with Dark Sun Wukong, so a slight rise. Let's see what Edzonix puts as a guess.
I feel like Kaguya is pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable, you say?
So yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Making space for the new unit. Moves everything down by 1. That's what I generally expect.
That's fair. I mean, previously what she was number 8, was down 1 million true power last month already. Let's see how this changes this time. I have to say, given that we had, I think, basically a full round of guesses, Edzonix going with Angel Gene, which would be quite the rise. We have Rizgod going with Bright Lancelot. Excel saying Rapunzel still very strong. She should rise. All right. Yeah, I think we can reveal it again. And I think maybe it comes as a surprise to some of you, but maybe to some it doesn't. Let me just find the picture actually. So it is a bit of a comeback here at number 9. We have coming in hot at number 9 another storm unit, and that is Bright Lancelot, up 1 million true power. And we talked about it before already a little bit. This is mainly due to Musashi release. I think basically all because of Musashi release, because now Bright Lancelot at position 5 is really a common thing to see in the top teams around the world. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what you guys think, but yeah, plus 22% in market price, definitely big. Another 1 million paid in dividends. So everybody in EverTrade who has a long position on Bright Lancelot definitely can be happy about this. And yeah, let's see where she goes. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Do you have anything to add? Do you think it's fair? I mean, she heals the 10%. She has the battle trance once she gets to 1 HP. And so she is a bit of a roadblock to any Musashis, or maybe even a necessary roadblock if you're not running burn to any Musashis.
I'd say since poison is now going back to non-existent.
That's a good point as well. Yeah.
She has no real counter except for all those whole ground ignore chars.
That is actually a really
Destiny.
I mean, we have more and more ignore hold ground chars, to be fair, but still, you're raising a very good point here because I mean, Bright Lancelot was released in August 2023. 1 week later, we saw the release of King Arthur, which basically, pretty heavily countered her, I think. And then we saw more and more poison units being released, but now since Dark Sun Wukong, things have been a bit quiet on the poison front. I mean, the only thing I can think about is Percival, which is also a bit of a good counter with her elemental eruption against Bright Lancelot. But still, a very good point here. Poison on the decline and Musashi release definitely benefiting the Bright Lancelot. And so she's up to the 9th position. So we have two now Odin fell a little bit, Bright Lancelot rose. So I mean, that must mean that maybe if Musashi is still coming, we might see 2 previous top 10 units drop out of that exclusive group now. Let's see who that is. We are moving on to the number 8 spot next, guys. What do you think? What do we see at number 8? Archie, Jared, any guesses from you while the others are writing?
No.
Oh.
Today is really hard. Holy shit.
Okay, while you guys are thinking, we have Axel saying Yukata Ludmilla, we have Clover saying Rapunzel. Edsonix going with Rapunzel as well. Rapunzel was previously number 7. But yeah, I mean, if we think that Musashi went into the top 5, maybe we can see a drop for her. Anime Mommy is going with Wesh, a very valid guess for sure. In terms of art, at least top 3 for me.
Wesh OP.
I mean, his animation certainly are. Destroyer saying Yukata Ludmilla would go down, but not as down as top 8 spot. Okay. Axel saying nah, she will. Destroyer going with number 8 Kaguya, not giving up on the Kaguya prospect yet. Sergio going with Musashi, so the first time we have a Musashi guess on here today. For the number 8 position. What do you guys
think? Even be like Anya.
Light Anya.
Yeah.
I'd also go with Kaguya again.
Oh, Kaguya again, okay.
Maybe she didn't drop.
Meanwhile, Rizgod is saying in the chat, just let her go, man, to Destroyer. In regards to the Kaguya bet. Let's see what turns out to be correct. Axel, meanwhile, saying Musashi probably top 4. Expecting Light Anya to rise as well. Edsonix asking if the lowlies are still on top. If you're referring to Anya, well, Probably. I don't think either of the Anyas are gonna fall from the top 10. Not sure if you guys think the same.
Of course.
First appearance is always weird. That's fair. I mean, you know, at first people still need to adapt to units. Let's see where Musashi really lands. If she is underutilized, she might not be in the top 10 after all. Loki guess. Destroyer saying Kaguya maybe at 11 now. Musashi crushed him. I think she will. Okay, well, I think we had a lot of guesses. And I think we already got some correct ones. So I think we can just reveal it. Axel meanwhile saying Kaguya pushed out of the top 10. Oh, on YouTube somebody saying Mordred. Well, this would be quite the revival of Burn, but certainly a very, well, a unit that can also be used to some degree outside of Burn, I guess, more than some of the other Fire releases recently, with her light element as well. Just someone with negative IQ saying Kaguya. All right, then let me reveal to you who is the real number 8. Is it Light Anya? Is it Rapunzel? Is it Kaguya? Is it Yukata Ludmilla? We had all these very interesting guesses, but of course only some of you can be right in the end. And we have coming in at number 8, Rapunzel, who lost 1 rank, but she gained a little bit of power, but actually stayed pretty stable. I'm a bit surprised. But yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it. I guess the last month's assessment was already quite accurate. Not sure if you guys have anything to say about Rapunzel. I mean, what I quite like about Rapunzel is a crackling smite that can ignore guardians and that really kind of focuses on units that are sitting on hold ground plus or something. So even if they have not slept before, she's using it, kind of abusing her skill, which usually only happens in manual play, but her AI actually integrated that, I suppose. Shadow
She
saying
did that in the boss fight as well.
right,
So
right.
I was excited to get her on GC10. Oh,
Nice.
but
Yeah.
sadly no sleep support.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Rapunzel, I think, is that she can still work okay outside of sleep, but yeah, definitely like her more together with somebody like Water Sleeping Beauty, still a very popular combo. Now, maybe even together with Musashi. All right, let's see. Okay, probably Cerberus. Okay, let's see. We are going to number 7 next, after number 8. Stayed relatively stable, 1% increase in market price. What do you guys think about the number 7 now coming in? We are having quite a tight field. So number 7 is just slightly above number 8. I can already tell you that. Destroyer and Axel going with Yukata Ludmilla, Sergio going with Light Anya, Riscot Light Anya. Okay, lots of guard guesses here. Clover, Anime Mommies, Rimi Boro all going with Yukata Ludmilla. Wow, we have some really interesting split down the middle
I'm staying
here.
with my Light Anya, I guess.
Okay, Archie joining the Light Anya camp here.
I go with Yukata Ludmilla.
Jared going with Yukata Ludmilla. Destroyer saying in the chat, Light Anya is much needed now. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Let's see if that is reflected in the data as well. Edsonix going with a bit of an outside guess, going against the grain of the guard guesses here with Water Sleeping Beauty. Shadows saying, probably just number 15. I mean, Water Sleeping Beauty is certainly strong, and I really like her non-sleep sleep skin, kind of. But yeah, the thing with Water Sleeping Beauty still, of course, is the difficulty of integrating her into universal teams, so I think that might be holding her back a little bit. Just someone with negative IQ on YouTube is saying Lü Bu for number 7. Well, that would be
One can
definitely
only hope.
that would mean she's the savior of Burn. But I mean, to be fair, Lü Bu, I mean, very strong skill set and all, but I think Jared, maybe you can confirm, but Lü Bu has probably the highest hate among all the Burn units, so she really gets targeted hard, right?
Since Musashi came out, I couldn't really use her in
Oh.
my P1 since I had to run double tank, and
Right,
she
right,
has
right.
come out of reinforcements, so she is P2 first position, I guess.
That's fair. That's fair. That might also be.
Most fights don't really get past my guards, but those that get past them just wipe me,
Oh,
since
man.
fire
Yeah.
falls with the guards always.
True. I mean, at least that's one, I guess, one good thing for Burn this year, that you really got the very strong Cerberus guard, which is super annoying to kill. So at least there's this silver lining, I suppose. But yeah, I think we have quite a lot of guesses already. I mean, most are circling in on the guards, like Anya and Yukata Ludmilla. I can already reveal that it is one of these two. And I can also reveal something else. I think we have this for the very first time, which is quite funny, I think, and quite nice, because, I mean, as you might have noticed when I posted the statistics, I brought back the regional rankings. So I sat down and did some calculations that give out this as well with the new ranking style. And this next number 7 that is coming up right now is also ranked 7 in Japan. She's number 7 in rest of Asia. She's number 7 in Europe, and she's number 7 in America. So I think this is something that we have not seen before. So 5 times the lucky number 7 here. And who is it? I'm gonna reveal it. It is Yukata Ludmilla, and she is quite down here. She has lost 777,000, let's say for the sake of the argument, with the 7 true power. And I think it is basically thanks to Musashi at the end of the day. Yukata Ludmilla, I used her very successfully in my Platoon 1 until Musashi came out. And any Musashi that I encounter that is on somewhat equal fellowship level, which, because I'm free to play, is no fellowships nearly, is just wiping my Yukata Ludmilla immediately with a Glacial Slash, and she doesn't get to enter anything. And even if she survives, then she could just get put out with the absolute 0 by Musashi. So Musashi really a hard counter for Yukata Ludmilla. Actually, I think the pushback not working on Yukata Ludmilla from Musashi is actually a nerf to Yukata Ludmilla, because I would much rather have Yukata Ludmilla pushed back if I'm encountering a Musashi, because then at least she has a little bit of a chance to survive if she comes in a bit later. And yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, Yukata Ludmilla down bad. I don't know, guys, if that is something you expected. Let me see what the reactions are.
I expected most guards to fall. So I was more surprised by Lancer.
I mean, the thing is, I'm not sure.
This is pretty much in line with what I expected. And if I remember correctly, she doesn't become unmovable until she survives the first take. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's totally kind of fall victim to the pushback.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, Yukata Ludmilla really got pushed back by this release to the Platoon 2s. But at the same time, I think the Musashi release didn't really make guards less important. Like Jared mentioned before, in a Burn team, for example, people might even be forced to bring back Bright Astrid. People are bringing back Bright Lancelot and maybe some other guards. But Yukata Ludmilla is really at a loss here against Musashi, which is interesting, because why are they releasing Musashi before Yukata Ludmilla gets the second banner? I mean, I don't know. It seems like a bit of a weird release strategy, but I mean, I should probably stop questioning Zigzag's tactics here. And let's move on to the next number, which is a step above. Now we have a huge gap coming up, guys. This is really, really a big difference between number 6 and number 7 in terms of true power. We are in a completely different dimension with this one. Who could be number 6? Destroyer already coming out with the light Anya guess.
I think Cleo fell.
Okay,
So
Cleopatra.
I guess Cleo, yeah.
All right, we have a Cleopatra guess on YouTube as well by Alexander Rutherford. Welcome. Sergio going with Musashi again. We have Anime Mummies joining with the light Anya guess. Cleo is still expecting, Destroyer still expecting Cleo to be a little bit higher. Ooh, Axel coming with the water Anya. That is wild. But I mean, to be fair, I just said all of them are pretty high in true power. So maybe a little move down is enough for Water Anya to drop straight from number 1 to number 6. I think we mentioned it before. Water Anya is chasing the record of Cinderella from last year, where I think Cinderella at the number 1 spot for 7 months in a row. And now Water Anya has it 6 months in a row. So if she is number 1 today, she is equalizing the record of Light Cinderella, if I remember correctly. Just someone with negative IQ on YouTube is saying Dark Cinderella. Hoping to get a correct one with that. Then we have Destroyer saying, okay, Water Anya is still top 3. Pixel now saying never mind on the Water Anya guess. What are your thoughts, Archie, Jared, or anybody else who would like to talk?
Water Anya is gotta be up, really high up.
Mm-hmm.
You see her every fight.
I still think Water Anya will remain top 3.
Mm-hmm.
But thinking about 6,
Yeah, I mean,
I did originally think that Cleopatra would fall a bit. But seeing the resurgence of Bride, she probably won't fall as much as I think. Maybe just 1 or 2 spots. Maybe are just 1. Or stay the same.
Right,
So
it's very
I'm thinking
interesting.
maybe.
Yeah. You're thinking, sorry?
It could still just be like Anya for number 6.
All right.
So
Yeah, we have.
We do still need those guards.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, now more than ever, I think, with the Musashi release. Lü Bu, number 6 in Clio We Trust. Okay, a lot of interesting guesses. I mean, a comment on Water Anya. Let's see if she is number 6 after all, but I think most have retracted that guess yet. Many are thinking she's still on top. I mean, with her power barrier, I think Musashi is also struggling a little bit because the Glacial Slash doesn't ignore armor, so that might also help her a little bit to stay relevant, providing additional protection to guards so they don't fall under the threshold for the second turn from Musashi. All right, let's see. Cleo isn't dropping, I think. Axel going against the grain here. Sergio saying you're really high to the Lü Bu guess. Nice.
Nah. Gotta trust in Lü Bu.
I mean, if Lü Bu is number 6, I feel like then maybe top 5 we also see somebody like Cerberus, Gilgamesh and stuff. Let's see.
Nah, not Gilgamesh, but Mordred. Mordred is really, really good.
True. Moderate, probably the best burn unit right now. Most easily usable as well, and just very strong. We have a Mark Dave Frel guess from YouTube. Light Anya or Cleo, thinking there. All right, we have some discussions about Cleopatra losing ranking but not losing power. Anime Mommies is asking how long have I been playing Evertale? I started in mid 2019, so yeah, soon 5 years. And the game was released 5 years ago, so yeah, not since day one. After a few months after Evertale was released. All right. Still a far cry from the top 10. The burn units, Sergio is saying. Well, I have to agree to some degree. The first carrot to bloom in the Evertale forest. That's a nice way of putting it. 2 years. That's also a nice anniversary here. All right. Okay, what were the guesses, basically? Let me see. I lost track a little bit. We have some Cleo guesses, Water Anya, Light Anya. Do we have any other guesses? Except Lü Bu, of course. Sorry, Archie, what did you say?
I think there was one Dark Cinderella, I guess.
Oh, okay. Dark Cinderella. Not sure who guessed that, but also an interesting one for sure. Light Anya, Cleo. Okay, well, let me reveal it. Place your bets quickly if you still want. Because I'm just looking for the picture and then it will be out. It is a... Can I already say it? Somebody's still typing, but I think they placed already their bets. So yeah, I can just say it, I think. We have a bit of a surprise here at number 6, I think. It is a dark unit, but whoever guessed Dark Cinderella is actually correct. She is going down in true power and in ranks. 8.4 million true power, which is still significant, but I think the Musashi release is another nerf to Dark Cinderella as well, apparently. So yeah, this is, I think, my reasoning why she fell a little bit. Big loss in terms of rank, not so big loss in terms of true power, although still significant, I think, with over 700k.
Oh, wait.
What is it, Archie?
This is a 1 million. This is a 1 million point increase from last week's number 6.
Yeah. It's a huge gap between number 6 and 7. It's actually pretty insane. It's like 1.85 million between number 6 and number 7. So I mean, to be fair here to Dark Cinderella, number 6 that's probably the highest true power any number 6 ever had, with 8.4 million true power. I think 1 year ago you might have even been number 1 or something. But nevertheless, she fell a little bit. And this is mainly driven by Japan. She is number 2 in Europe and in the Americas, but Japan and Asia in general already adapted a little bit to no longer using Dark Cinderella all that much. Although, no, actually, that's the wrong word, because she has 84% usage, which is super, super high. But she usually comes in later into the battles, is not as often seen in the first 5 or 10 units anymore. So yeah, that's one of the big surprises for this time, I think. But I think we still have more coming up. But yeah, everybody who had a long on Dark Cinderella is making a bit of a loss on this one. But still, I mean, 8.4 million. Let's not say Dark Cinderella is done or dead or anything. She's still super strong and I mean, super nice DPS if she gets rolling. I mean, the thing about her is that she can ignore the survival passives in quick succession if the spirit situation is right. So she can do her Savage instant skill, then do another Shatter Blast, get the RNG turn again, do another Savage Savage skill, and then do a Demolition Raid. So she can, within basically 5 time units, change the entire battle for you. So still a super valuable unit, this Dark Cinderella. All right, then people are already starting to guess number 5. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, and yeah, congrats on to just someone with negative IQ. I think he was the one with the Dark Cinderella guess, the only one. So not so negative IQ after all. We have new guesses. Rizgod is saying Water Anya at 5. Destroyer Cleopatra. Clover also saying Cleopatra again. F2P Raisin is saying Cleo only at number 4. F2P Raisin. Musashi might go to number 1. That's the first time I'm hearing this. A lot of top 3 guesses, but no top 1 guess for Musashi yet. Let's see. I mean, now that Dark Cinderella dropped, maybe some views have changed on how the situation on the top is looking like. Destroyer going with Cleo for number 5. Light Anya, Anime Mommy saying Light Anya for number 5. Rimi Boro agreeing. This list crumbles now. Well, I mean, let's see what else is happening. We have some losses. But yeah. First release top 1 Musashi. I mean, Water Anya on her release also immediately went to number 1, so it's not unheard of that a very strong unit that changes the meta goes straight to number 1. Let's see what happens. But first, we still need to find out who is number 5. Archie, Jared, or anybody else who wants to talk? What are your guesses?
I go with
I feel like it could be. I know. I am actually going to guess Percival for number 5.
Okay. So previous number 3, Percival. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think Percival last time, what was her true power? See.
It was
8.5 million, so not that far off from what we see now with Dark Cinderella. So Percival wouldn't even have to lose true power to lose some ranks here. Thought you're going with Percival as well. Jared, what's your take?
Percival is still really, really good. And I see her a lot, so I don't think she's fallen at least to number 5. Light Anya, I think some don't really use her anymore since they don't have her fully awakened.
Okay.
So she won't even tank a hit, and then the stun immunity for the team is gone.
Yeah. Good reasoning there. Anime Mama is also going with Percival. I mean, we are in high true power territory after all now. So all of these units that we have coming up are extremely important or strong in the current meta. So there's no good or bad. It's just a matter of who clinches is out in the data, basically. Shadows, meanwhile, saying Water Anya should be first. Mark Dave Frell on YouTube is saying Dark Sun top 5. That would be quite the comeback after the number 10 position last time. Not quite sure if this is possible to happen. Okay, some burn team example. Interesting. From Destroyer. A lot of discussions about Water Anya already, but I think we move things along then and already look at number 5, so we get closer to the absolute reveal. But as I said before, these are all super strong units that we see here right now. I mean, never seen before that the top 6 are all above 8 million true power. That is really an insane performance right there. And I'm gonna reveal to you. Oh, before that, we have just someone with negative IQ also guessing Percival on YouTube. And he is right, and also Archie and some others. Congrats, Percival is number 5. She gained 200,000 true power, but still lost 2 ranks. That is quite impressive. She's number 3 in the Americas, but in the other regions, she's out of the top 3 right now. Super strong unit still. Very much like her, but I think similar to Dark Cinderella, although not to the same extent. Musashi is also nerfing Percival a little bit because yeah, usually Percival's gimmick is to go to hold ground and then heal back up and regain the hold ground because she doesn't have the endure mechanic. But the absolute zero from Musashi kind of strikes this out a little bit, especially because it ignores guards. So even if Percival is behind guards, as she often is, because she's used in many starter teams, she has a bit of a struggle with Musashi. That said, she's still gaining true power, so I mean, she's still got more important, I guess, in the meta. So let's see. But very good guesses this time around again. And we are moving up further. Christos Kontos saying Percy stuns my whole team, pretty OP. Yeah, for sure. I especially still like the idea of, Cleopatra with Percival. I think I said it on the previous live streams already, but I mean, it's always a joy to see Percival take out imposters with a blast wave, and then suddenly you have two enemies that are stunned to over 500 time units on the enemy team. All right. Shadows is saying a few of my Champ Arena opponents started using Water Anya this month, so he's saying there is a trend. Granted, Shadows Champions Arena is only one of 20 Champions Arena that I look at, but still, it can definitely tell some trends. Remy Boro is saying this top 10 will break my mind. All right. Riscott saying Musashi second. Shadow saying Cleo second. Sergio saying Cleo next. Edsonix agreeing. Destroyer also agreeing. Double Anya is back, Destroyer says. Well, let's see. I mean, Light Anya was previously number 5, and now we are already at number 4. Let's see where she goes. All right, so a lot of Light Anya guesses now for number 4 from Risgod, Excel, Shadows, Destroyer going with Cleo. Archie, Jared, what are your takes?
This is where I will bet Musashi, because if my IPO was correct, this is where her true power would be.
Oh, That's fair.
Oh
yeah, right.
Guessing...
Maybe sorry, Jared, to interrupt, but yeah. Archie's IPO Archie's IPO bid for Musashi was actually, I think, 8.8 million, and so he had the highest bid. And now we are getting closer to the territory where this is actually accurate. So very good input here from Archie, even before the show. Sorry, Jared. Now give us your take.
Yeah, I'd also go with Musashi now.
All right, Musashi.
Even though Musashi is, at least where I am playing, used a lot, I also see that a lot of people use Musashi and Cleo to double push back the tanks.
Yeah, fair.
If you build around 1, you have to build around 2. And I guess Cleo will be over Musashi for now, since she was new and not a lot of people have her, or not everyone has her, like Cleo.
Yeah, good points. I mean, all very valid. I think now we basically had all guesses except actually, I think nobody is saying Water Anya for number 4 now, after we saw a few people saying number 5 or 6 for Water Anya. Now the sentiment has moved again, I suppose. Very, very interesting. We have IC saying some might have gotten Musashi, but low resources and slowly building up. Yeah, that's a fair point. But I mean, a lot of this is considered in my methodology. So as you all know, at least for the past year or so, I'm constantly working on accurately or even more accurately predicting the actual true power of these units based on some modifiers. And if we look at Rapunzel, for example, seems to be working quite well in terms of predicting the true power where people are actually gonna land with her. All right, F2P Raisin adding some more input. Cleo could top up Musashi, since the difference between them is that Musashi have 2 attack, but Cleo can replace killed enemies with Imposter. So it could be good in breaking synergies. Yeah, good point there. Cleopatra Musashi combo, definitely something to look out for, as Jared also already mentioned. So all very, very good points here. All right. Just someone with negative IQ on YouTube is saying Light Anya at 4. Lucy is saying Cleo top 2 or 3. Okay. All right, some little essay here from Destroyer, or looks a little like code. If Hold Ground Plus Killer is the meta, I'll kill those Hold Ground Plus killers myself by being a Hold Ground Plus killer myself. Musa probably. Well, yeah, I mean, that's fair. Musashi definitely adds something. And again, the absolute zero ignoring guards is also, I think, one of the big features. So even if guards are pushed back, if you have units that attack 2 units or more units, then maybe they go down to certain low HP number, and then Musashi can still clear them out even if they are hiding behind guards, which becomes more common now. But it's still interesting because Musashi at the same time still makes guards more important. So it's a bit of an interesting stretch, because after Rapunzel release, some people started thinking, okay, maybe guards will no longer be so common in the first platoons, but maybe it will be. Okay, I think we have a lot of guesses already. Also, wow, it's getting really warm. I don't know how it is in your places, guys, but recent days here in Germany were quite hot. All right, let me see before I'm swimming away here. Actually, I didn't realize this, but it's also a nice segue to this next unit, the swimming away part, because at number 4, as many of you have predicted, we have Light Anya, and she's gaining 1 million true power. So she got much more important now with the Musashi release. So the Light Anya in the first 4 and Bright Lancelot in the 5th position is really the guard meta right now, I think, to some degree. Yeah.
I lost big time of guards.
What are you saying, Archie?
I thought I lost big time of guards because I thought people would be using less guardians so they could not get hit by that synergy breakup. But
Right.
instead they just doubled up the guards so that they have a replacement once the first one gets pushed back.
True. I mean,
so I guess wrong on that solution.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, before, I think Giga Rolosha, Otohime at number 5 was super common, and I mean, to be honest, it still is to some degree, but a lot of people are putting more guards on the number 5 spot now. I myself used Dark Cinderella at number 5 even, and she got pushed back to the platoon 2 as well by Bright Lancelot there. So yeah, a lot up again, and while it got a bit close last time between Light Anya and Yukata Ludmilla, now Light Anya is again clearly the best guard, and that over 500 days after her release. So yeah, congratulations to Light Anya, I suppose. On that, she's top 5 in every single region, top 3 in rest of Asia even. All right, but that leaves us with the top 3, and as you can see, we are already above 8.8 million true power pretty much after Light Anya. So all of these have super high ratings, but who has the highest? We are closing in on the final reveals here. And yeah, to be honest, I'm quite surprised about some of these numbers in the top 3, or even the constituents of these. So let's see. Lucy's still saying Cleo top 3. Well, yeah, that is her guess for the number 3. What about you guys? Who will be number 3 now that we have seen Light Anya at number 4, Percival at number 5, Dark Cinderella at 6, Yukata Ludmilla at 7, Rapunzel at 8, Bright Lancelot at 9, and Odin at 10.
I am going to go with Water Anya for number 3.
Water Anya number
because,
3.
Yeah. I feel like one of the big things for her was her survivability with the whole ground and then constantly reviving with the Aegis overload. But Musashi can get past that now, so there might not be a chance for her to get that off. So I think that would bring her down to number 3.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing about Musashi and Water Anya is that Water Anya still has some, barrier up at first, I guess. And she has the 25% heal, so I'm not sure. Let's see where we fall at the end. So number 3 guess for Musashi from for Water Anya from Archie. And we have on YouTube Alexander Rutherford saying Musashi, and thanks a lot for the $2 donation. That's actually the very first super chat donation that I ever got. Awesome, thank you very much. That's much appreciated, Alexander. Awesome. Didn't even know I had that activated. So that is amazing. All right, Sherrod, what is your guess?
I'm going with what Shadow said. So Musa, Cleo, Water Anya.
Okay, so Musashi on number 3, you're saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rizgott, I read that W Alexander as a as a Water Alexander. I'm so Evertale minded already. But yeah, it's a W. It's a win for sure from Alexander Rutherford. Thank you a lot for that donation. That's amazing. We have Lucy saying Cleo 2nd or 3rd. Axel saying Musashi on 3rd. Anime Mami is going with Water Anya on 3rd. Destroyer going with Cleo. Anime Mami thinks it's Musashi. Clover is saying Cleopatra at number 3. Blood Moon is joining the number 3 guess from Destroyer. Oh, we have really a split down into 3 parts, I think. Pretty equal, actually, in terms of distribution. Everybody thinking, one group thinking Water Anya, one group thinking Musashi, one group thinking Cleopatra. Do any of you guys think that it is any other unit that we will see here, or are you already dead set on these 3 units appearing?
I feel like it has to be one of these 3.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at the next 3 highest that we haven't spoken about already, it's Sun Wukong, Water Sleeping Beauty, and Dark Angel Dream.
Mm-hmm. And maybe, I mean,
And
Kaguya.
I don't think any of the recent units would be enough to bring any of them back up that far.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, Etsonix is going with Otohime, which is a bit of a wild guess after we just discussed the Bright Lancelot comeback in the 5th position. Destroyer is going with Cerberus. I mean, not going with Cerberus, but hoping still, I suppose. Rizgod, I guess, going with Cleo at 3rd. So some interesting formatting happening there with Discord, I guess. That's foreshadowing next month. Well, let's see. Okay, I mean, I think we have some interesting guesses. A split into 3, and one of the 3 is correct. So yeah, it is indeed Cleopatra, Water Anya, or Musashi here at number 3. I'm gonna reveal it now, who it is. It is a unit that is interesting, that is quite split in terms of regional distribution. It is a unit that is number 2 in Japan, number 2 in rest of Asia, but on the other hand, is number 8 in Europe and number 8 in America, so much less potent or much less used there to great success. But nevertheless, it is a unit that gained true power. We have at number 3 Cleopatra.
Ooh.
So, oops. I just realized I didn't scroll here in the Discord, but yeah, we have number 3 Cleopatra gaining true power, which is surprising to me a little bit. But on the other hand, I think if I had fully awakened Cleopatra, I would probably still use her in Platoon 1, and I am sometimes with Percival together. But yeah, interesting down the middle. But everybody who guessed Cleopatra was right. Congrats to them. And yeah, of course, everybody who had bought Cleo in the EverTrade trading game also making a very, very nice profit here. So congrats to you guys as well. And yeah, let's see. Destroyer is saying thank you, Westerns, for the push Cleopatra down to the number 3, I suppose. Well, she's actually not down, she's up 1 rank nevertheless, but could have been even higher apparently.
Wonder if this is a response to Bride Lancelot. Maybe.
That's
Probably
a good,
install it too.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, as Jared said before, I mean the poison pushback is also helping Bright Lancelot, but Cleopatra isn't quite pushed back yet, and Bright Lancelot coming in a lot more Platoon 1s now might favor Cleopatra usage even more. So kind of the Musashi Cleopatra combo maybe, where Musashi pushes back a guard and then Cleopatra banishes it.
The disturb meta, where you the
Right.
strategy is to mess up the other teams. Yeah, the strategy is to mess up the other team synergy.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
Cleopatra and Musashi.
while I think Cleopatra's survivability suffered a little bit over the last months with the releases, at the same time her disruption is as important as ever, and the kind of semi-banish and the imposter creation on kills just really, really nice, I have to say. And especially, I mean, the combo at the start, of course, if she gets the turn, which isn't always the case, but if she gets the turn and banishes the guard, then she can use her checkmate skill and ignore survival passive. So maybe taking out already a very, very strong unit. So yeah, we have Cleopatra at number 3. That leaves us only with 2 spots now, and we are already up to 8.9 million true power, guys. So maybe, just maybe, we have for the first time. Nah, I'm not sure if it's the first time. I don't wanna, I don't wanna say that. I didn't confirm that, but yeah, very rare, I think, to see 2 units above 9 million true power. So let's see, what do we have as guesses for the number 2? I think Destroyer already mentioned Musashi at number 2. Clover is also agreeing. Excellent. Also saying Musashi. Riscott is going with Water Anya.
I'm going with Water Anya too. I'll go with Water Anya.
All right. But what's interesting? I just noticed this. We now have 2 water units in the discussion, basically. So very very interesting to see water meta back. Yeah. On YouTube, Lucy is saying Musashi, and just someone with negative IQ is saying Water Anya. But yeah, Archie, you are going with Water Anya.
Water Anya, yep.
So you're saying her streak is broken, basically. It doesn't quite equalize the Cinderella record.
I want it to be broken, actually.
Riscott is also going with Water Anya at number 2. Edsonix is going Water Anya. I'll
go with Musashi.
All right, Jared going with Musashi. Again, we have quite the split here in terms of down the middle. Now 2 halves that are just going Musashi and Water Anya, which is always a nice sign that things are tight. But yeah, Musashi still not revealed yet. Would be kind of interesting if she's not even making it into the top 10. But let's cross that bridge when we get there. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, if
I
she
mean,
is
we've
coming,
already made a lot.
It's
Haven't we
Yukata
already
Ludmilla.
made at least $2 million of the people who got her?
true. I mean, the
Yeah.
IPO was 7 million. So if she's coming up now with maybe 9 million true power, then that's already a 2 million profit in EverTrade. So definitely worth for everybody who got her. Riscott saying, yo, what if Kaguya is top 2? Actually saying Kaguya is not. Oh, it's fountaining time. Oh yeah, did anybody see?
Yukata Ludmilla.
It's Yukata Ludmilla. Just Yukata or
Just
double?
Yukata Ludmilla.
Just Yukata. Okay. Well,
Even
I mean,
though Derby was released before, ne?
yeah, true. True. That's right. Well, I mean, guys, you know.
Okay, my mini fire account doesn't have stones for her, so she can
She can wait a little
take
longer. Yeah, actually good for you. But
Wait,
yeah,
did you cut that rerun before Percy?
no, Percy already.
Percy released after.
Yeah, Percy is Percy was
Okay.
released 86 days ago, and Yukata Ludmilla 107. So it was Percival was released 3 weeks later. Yeah, so we didn't see the second banner yet of
Okay.
Percival. Maybe Lucky Fountain mid-July or beginning of August, I would say. But yeah, rather interesting.
Nice.
Well, Yukata Ludmilla Fountain, guys, you know, she's number 7. She lost some true power, but I mean, to be fair, guards are really an easy investment to make, I would say. They are steady for a long time. I still regret not pulling for Light Anya, but now I just cannot do it anymore. I can't pull on a unit that is 1.5 years old. But yeah, as you can see, she's still top 4 after all this time, so it can hurt you a lot to skip on guard units that are released. At least if it doesn't become common that everything can ignore guards, as Rapunzel and Musashi are slowly introducing, I suppose. And before that, Odin's ravens or winged shades that also were able to kill beyond guards. Okay, well, we discussed everything, I think. There's not much else to do except reveal the number 2, because we have a split down the middle. Many people are saying, okay, Water Anya keeps the number 1 position. Others are saying, okay, Musashi dethrones her on the very first time in the rankings, just 16 days after her release. Let's see who is correct.
We have to put it during Cinderella.
Light Cinderella is back.
Nice, the Light Cinderella respect. I mean, to be fair, if Water Anya comes at number 1 right now, she still needs another month at number 1 to be the sole record holder over Light Cinderella. But let's see if it's already broken, the streak. I'm gonna reveal it now. We have at number 2, and this might sound crazy to some of you, but we have a unit that has a true power of 9.7 million. 9,715,947 true power, and that is just the number 2 spot.
That's number 2.
So yeah, that's one thing. And it is a unit that is number 1 in Japan. But overall, number 2 is Musashi, coming in at 9.7 million. Available for trading now, and everybody who got a copy of her in EverTrade through the IPO just made 2.7 million profit. So yeah, that is big. But yeah, number 2 spot for Musashi. Congrats to everybody who got that right. I'm on fire. Clover indeed. Very good guesses here. Sergio already saying, okay, Water Anya probably keeping her throne then. But yeah, Musashi, I mean, she really came out guns blazing, I would say. Super, super high true power. Normally, that number would be enough for a number 1 spot, but apparently this time it isn't quite there. As you can see, we have a 58.1% usage rate right now, but due to the modifiers and, kind of estimating the true power, she comes in higher despite this usage. I mean, to be fair, I think, wait, what was Cleopatra's usage? Let me see. That is 67.7%, and Cleopatra already had the second banner, so the 58% is still a very, very good usage rate, considering that this takes into account 1,000 teams from around the world. So
that's wild. So that's a low usage for the amount of power.
True. But I mean, you really have to kind of how do I say it? Kind of readjust your expectations in terms of usage rate, because with the 1,000 teams now in the consideration, the top usage rates also went down quite a bit. So if we look at what was it, Light Anya, she has a usage rate of 89%, and previously when I only looked at 100 teams, it was mostly at 99 or 100% usage. So higher usage rates definitely became a bit more rare right now. But yeah. Let's see. It's time for number 1, people are saying. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not sure if we still need to even guess who is on top. But yeah, let me quickly reveal most of you have probably been waiting for or expecting. Here we have the next reveal, and this reveal is a bit different, of course, than usual. We have, just for your information, basically, the newest unit, Lü Bu, isn't quite number 1. She comes in at number 18, at least the top 20 spot, but only 3 million true power. So the IPO was overvaluing her a little bit, I suppose. I'm getting inked by something. Oh, I know. Yeah, cope. Oh, yeah. So that is quite unfortunate. But I mean, to be fair, I think last time we didn't even see any burn unit in the top 20. So I think Lü Bu still moved the needle a little bit for burn. Let's see. But yeah, first let's reveal, as usual, what you guys might have been expecting to see, but only now I'm gonna show it. The number 1, and again, like last time, we have Water Sleeping Beauty at number 11 with a very slight loss, not that much, but keeping relatively stable. So last time that was already quite accurate assessment. Archie, what are you saying?
No, I'm just I was just thinking about my bets. So I think I had
That's
her
fair.
and I lost. Oh man.
Destroyer being a bit despaired because Kaguya is not number 11. Should I reveal number 11? Yeah, Axel did a right move there by retracting his offer for Lü Bu. Initial offer 4.5 million, but then thought better of it. Let's see. Should I reveal Kaguya? Then let's see where she comes in. No, it will be a bit disappointing for Destroyer, and he might boycott my channel, but Kaguya dropped another 1.2 million in true power, which is big 22% market price loss, down 4 ranks. First time she's not in the top 10. And yeah, I mean, Lü Bu is a counter to, obviously because of the burn, but also Musashi isn't really really somebody who stops in front of a Kaguya. And so, yeah, Kaguya, huge drop this time, down to 4.3 million true power, the lowest she has ever been rated as. But now I no longer wanna keep or hold back the insane number 1 spot. Is a unit that is number 1 in rest of Asia, number 1 in Europe, number 1 in the Americas, and number 3 in Japan. She is number 1 for the 7th month in a row, and she gained true power, and a lot of that actually. He comes in
Jesus.
at number 1 with 10.3 million true power. Water Anya yet again cracking the 10 million barrier, which she was the only one who ever achieved this before. And now yet again she gets back to that. It is absolutely insane what Water Anya pulled off here. After 200 days, she is back above the 10 million true power mark. And no, I don't think this is because of her rerun, because I think her rerun was already before last time, where she actually lost a little bit of true power, if I recall correctly. But this time, the big difference is Musashi and Lü Bu release, which both of them, I think, favor Water Anya. Musashi definitely favors Water Anya. On the one hand, Musashi and Water Anya. Exactly. Water Anya and Musashi have good synergy, so that's one part. But then even if you don't have Musashi and you run against Musashi, Water Anya can come very much in handy because of the power barrier. She's saying, Water Anya, the quote, "The first time was so nice, I had to do it twice." Yeah, definitely an interesting achievement for a unit to break 10 million true power twice, basically falling underneath it and then regaining that achievement again. Water Anya has been on top 1 for 7 months now, which is the same time as Light Cinderella. So if she holds on for another month, then she will be the sole record holder in the true power rankings. Yeah, it's. I mean. Oh, what was your bet, Archie, or what?
I bet her. I have her on short 2 times, so I lost.
That
right
hurts. That hurts. But I think you're not the only
Yeah,
one. So it surprised quite a few people. We have the question of Dark Sun Wukong. Let me show you that as well. Dark Sun Wukong comes in at number 13, down 3 ranks, losing 600,000 true power. So below Kaguya now. Still below Kaguya, I guess. And she's only top 10 in the Americas at this point, which is where I'm at. So I'm still gonna use her. Nah, just let's see. I mean, I really have to think about if I still want to use her in Platoon 1. I mean, at least Bright Lancelot came into fashion again, so Dark Sun Wukong is a great counter to that. But yeah, and Otohime, let's put Otohime as well, because she is right behind Dark Sun Wukong, coming in at number 14. Basically stable true power, so she's not losing anything really. Number 11 in Japan, but everywhere else not that popular. But still holding on to number 14 because of that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This wasn't a bad round. I think overall I made EP. So.
Yeah, I mean, let's see where everybody lands after this. I think everybody definitely made some losing trades. No perfect scores this time. But yeah, I think very, very interesting moves. Really interesting to see where we go from here, because We have 2 water units on top right now, both of them relatively vulnerable to stun, I would say. I mean, Musashi has a one-time stun ward, but other than that, nah. And we didn't see any stun unit except Percival, but no storm unit released in 2024, so I wonder what might happen this summer. What Sigza has in store for us, given that we have so many stun or weak to stun units released recently, and we still haven't seen any stun units that can ignore survival passives, except maybe Percival if you want to counter as a stun unit, but she's more of a generalist. And yeah, Sergio is right, burn is the new stun. That's true. Well, okay, yeah, that was very interesting.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Was.
I also, for some reason, feel a bit exhausted now. Not sure because of Water Anya's rain or because of the heat here, but yeah. Damn, we're getting cucked, and Risco is saying thanks you too. Awesome. Just someone with negative EQ. A bit sad that his streak was broken, but congrats anyways for getting so many guesses right. Yeah, let's see. We're gonna have the reveal, of course, of the new top 28 and top 42, as always, on my YouTube and Discord channel. Gonna be posted. Quick reminder as well on the True Art Appreciation polls, which started the final round now. The round of 64, all polls are now online. So if you haven't already, maybe make sure you have all your votes already for your favorites, because then we will soon start the next round. So 28 units of the 64 will be eliminated after this round. So every vote counts. Some of them are still very much close to qualifying or disqualifying for the next round. And on the other hand, the higher up scores also matter because the seeding will be done according to the performance in the round of 64 polls. So yeah, that will be very interesting. I'm actually very curious who will come out on top here in the True Art Appreciation poll. Already had quite some surprises happening over the past weeks. Let's see. All right, then. I think we can wrap it up now. Thank you all for joining. We have a huge group here on Discord and some people on YouTube as well. We had the very first super chat message ever on the True Creo channel. So thanks again to Alexander Rutherford for that. That is something that never happened before. So W for Alexander in the chat. And yeah, but thanks all for joining as well. Special thanks to Archie and Jared for their voice line inputs as last time as well. Very good. So I don't have the monologue going on here. So thank you both. But also thanks, of course, for joining Anime Mummies, Blood Moon, Clover, Destroyer, Edsonix, Excel, F2P Raisin, Maxi, Milex, Rimiboro, Riscott, and Sergio Low. So all of you, hope you had a fun time here today. After the initial screw up with the 1 second stream on YouTube. I hope some of you also found us on YouTube. Exactly like Riscott said, subscribe to become a true carrot. Much appreciated on the road to 3K, which is only a few months away, I'm sure. And hit that $100 super chat. Yeah, of course. That would be appreciated, but thank you very much for the $2 donation. That is awesome as well. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Hope you had a good time. Some surprising moves. I think we had huge drops in Dark Cinderella and Yukata Ludmilla, and some huge gains in Water Anya, Cleopatra, Light Anya. So a lot of interesting movements coming going on here. Let's see what the total rankings look like. You can stay tuned for that on the Discord channel or on YouTube, where I will post the full top 42 units as usual. And yeah, thanks all for watching. Lucky Fountain Depression time is now starting, so if you haven't already.
As always.
Thanks, Archie. Appreciate it. Glad many of you made it again this time. I think less Americans this time, but I think more comfortable timing for the Asians, at least. So there's always a little bit of a trade-off going on here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the Sunday. I think it should still be Sunday everywhere. Whether that's evening, a good night, a good day, or a good morning to all of you. And see you next month. I'm actually not sure yet when I'm gonna host the next one, because in 4 weeks might be the good timing, 28th of July, but that's also my birthday, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a birthday live stream, but let's see. All right, thank you guys, and hope to see you again soon, and place your new EverTrade trades after these results. Bye bye.
All right, bye.